All right then. Yeah. So I'm putting the YouTube clips up there tonight. Like I said, I don't do this every night. As a matter of fact, I don't do it that much at all. I mean, you wouldn't think that by going to my YouTube channel, because I have like 100 some odd clips up there. But yeah. So but still, I've been doing this 5 nights a week since July. So, well, at least 5 nights a week. I mean, sometimes I do 6, 7 shows a week, and uh, a lot of times, man, I just don't feel like being uh, on cam. I don't feel so fresh as the Masson Gill commercials like to say. A lot of nights I just don't feel so fresh, and I don't want my face recorded. Ah. Anywho, all right, ladies and gents. So yeah, man, I think I'm gonna start. I'm gonna go by the chat room real fast, see who's hanging out there. Say hey to the folks. In the chill of night, dim of light, he arrives just in time. Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Hey, we got Joe Friday, and he's plugging my clips in the chat room. Thank you very much, sir. That's very nice of you. We got Captain Proton, our friend from across the pond. And we have Devil Jacket 333. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, he is a very talented graphic artist. He's the guy who made my logo and Trite Static's logo. And yeah, I mean, I'm more than for free, just out of the goodness of his heart. And I'm more than satisfied with the product he puts out there. So I mean, yeah. So if you happen to be a business owner or what have you, you're looking for a graphic artist, come by the chat room and look up Devil Jacket 333. I think he can help. I think he is your man. He can help you out. I think I saw a dog in here earlier. This dog ain't fixed. Rob from Jersey. Trite Static. They live. And yes. So anyway. So yeah. Cool people hanging out in the chat room. So. Anywho, come on by, check it out, and once again, thank you, JF. JF is plugging pushing my clips in the chat room, so that's cool. All right, so I think I'm going to continue on with the because I haven't really had time to look through these news stories yet, so I'm going to start off with the Kabbalah stuff again. And during break, I'll take a quick glance at these. I mean, they all look like really good news stories. Stories right up my alley. I don't know who it was. It was an anonymous guy who gave me these news stories. So, whoever you are, you know who you are. Thank you, anonymous man. Anywho. All right then. Let's see here. When I left off yesterday, we were talking about the first Sephira, the first emanation on the Tree of Life, called Kether. And so we have hitherto considered Kether an Atziluth. Once again, Atziluth being the first of the 4 worlds on the Tree of Life. Without going too much into this, once again, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, if these terms are like confusing and they sound crazy, just keep listening, because I plan on going over this topic for at least another week, and I'm going to keep reintroducing the terms. I know it sounds kind of like fucking school. I'm trying to make it as entertaining as possible, but what can one do? That's what this show's about. So, anywho, yeah, so, and I would also highly recommend 2 things. Check out the last week or so of archives since I started talking about this topic. And also, right now, if you have access to a computer, which I guess about 90% of you do, because this is sort of an internet radio show. But, by the way, I want to give a quick shout out to KDIX, KDIX, in Sacramento, California, and RevereRadio.com Yeah, go check out. They do very good work on those stations. But anywho, that being said, yeah, one thing that might make all this, because this is sort of complex, so one thing that might make it all a little bit easier to swallow and digest, for that matter, is just go to the internet and Google, or I know a lot of people are paranoid of Google. Use whatever search engine you want and look up Kabbalistic Tree of Life, and look under images. There'll be a lot of diagrams that give you a clear picture of what the Kabbalistic Tree of Life looks like. So that'll definitely help out a lot. And yeah, hey, once again, I want to thank Franco Americano, for coming on the big show last night. It's always good to hear from Franco. Yeah, I got my feet wet in radio with Franco. I guess we both got our feet wet. It's, well, kind of, sort of. I mean, I had a little experience before that, but in this genre. But anyway, it was good to talk to Franco Tanko. But yeah, we'll be having him on again very soon. If not tonight, fuck, I don't know. I mean, I'll probably try to get him on tonight. If he wants to come on, that's cool. If not, that's cool too. But anywho, no, then again, probably not. That's right, because I think I'm at 8 o'clock. I'm going to start playing the speech by our commander, El Jefe. I'm going to start playing El Jefe's speech at 8 o'clock, and sort of, I'll be throwing in jabs here and there, and so it's not just going to be El Jefe. It's going to be El Jefe with me heckling in the background. So stay tuned for that. Alright, so anyway, ladies and gents, we have hitherto considered Kether in Atziluth, that is to say, as its essential and primal essence. We must now consider Kether as it appears in the three other kingdoms, distinguished by the Kabbalists. So yeah, I'm thinking I'll probably go over some Kabbalah stuff until the break at the top of the hour. I'll do more Kabbalah stuff until the bottom of the hour, in other words, 7:30 Eastern Time. Then I'll do some news stories. Then we'll go to El Jefe's speech. And once again, it's just not going to be El Jefe. It's going to be El Jefe with me, giving him shit in the background. So, anywho. We must now consider Kether as it appears in the three other kingdoms, distinguished by the Kabbalists. Each kingdom or plane of manifestation has its primary form. Matter, for instance, is in all probability primarily electric, and this is expressed by the esotericists as the etheric subplane, which lies behind the four elemental planes of Earth: air, fire, and water, or in other words, the four conditions of dense matter: solid, liquid, gaseous, and etheric. The Kabbalists conceive of the tree as existing in each of the four kingdoms of Atziluth, pure spirit; Bria, archetypal mind; Yetzirah, astral picture consciousness; and Asaya, the material world in both its dense and subtler aspects. The operations of the forces of each Sephirah are represented in each world under the presidency of a divine name or word of power, and these words give the keys to the operations of practical occultism upon the planes. The God name represents the action of the Sephirah in the world of Atziluth, pure spirit. When the occultist invokes the forces of a Sephirah by the God name, it means that he desires to contact its most abstract essence, that he is seeking the spiritual principle underlying and conditioning that particular mode of manifestation. It is a maxim of white occultism that every operation should commence with the invocation of the God name, of the sphere in which the operation is to take place. Once again, each sphere has a different God name. Yeah, I see Franco. Franco is actually online right now. I might drag him on during the presidential speech. I don't know, man. He's just a really good guest. I mean, the guy the guy has the gift of gab, and he knows a lot about politics and stuff. So might bring him on tonight. Not quite sure yet or not, but yeah, Franco, if you're listening though, yeah, the plan was I was going to talk about this shit, and then at 8 o'clock I was going to start 8 o'clock Central, that is, start playing the president's speech and then do some heckling of him while his speech is going on. I thought that actually might be a fun thing to have, to bring the whole crew on board, or at least some of the crew, whoever wants to come on board tonight, and we'll just sort of sit back and listen to El Jefe and have a good laugh and make jokes behind. Anywho, God name of the spear. This ensures that the operation shall be in harmony with cosmic law. The balance of natural force is not lightly to be overset. It is essential to the safety of the magician that he should conduct his operations in accordance with cosmic law. Therefore, he must seek to understand the spiritual principle involved in every problem and work it out accordingly. Every operation, therefore, must have its final unification or resolution in Aheye, the god name of Kether in Atziluth. The invocation of deity under the name of Eleye, that is to say, the affirmation of pure being, eternal, unchanging, without attributes or activities, underlying, maintaining, and conditioning all, is the primary formula of all magical working. It is only when the mind is imbued with the realization of this endless, unchanging being of the utmost, derived from any other source as a limited and partial energy. In Kether alone is the pure source of all energy. The operations of the magician that aim at the concentrating of energy, and what operations do not, must always start with Kether, because here we touch the upwelling force arising from the great unmanifest, the reservoir of limitless power. In the chill of night, blah, 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 blah. Okay, it is through Kether, from the great unmanifest, hidden behind the veil of negative existence, that power is drawn. If we draw power from any specialized sphere of nature, we are, as it were, robbing Peter to pay Paul. The power has come from somewhere and gone somewhere, and it has to be accounted for at the final reckoning. It is for this reason that it has been held that the magician pays in suffering for what he wins by magical means. A sacrifice is always required in these type of magical operations, or that is the theory anywho. This is true if his operation is performed in any of the lower spheres of nature. But if it starts in the Kether of Atziluth, he is drawing unmanifest force into manifestation. He is adding to the resources of the universe. And provided he keeps the forces in equilibrium, there need be no untoward reaction and no payment in suffering for the use of the magical powers. This is a point of tremendous practical importance. Students have been taught that the three supernals, Kether, Chokmah, and Bina, once again, those are roughly equivalent to our numbers 1, 2, and 3, the first, second, and third emanations on the tree of life, are beyond the range of practical working so long as we are in incarnation. True, they are beyond the range of brain consciousness, but they are the essential basis of all magical calculations. And if we do not work from this basis, we have no cosmic foundation, but are poised between heaven and earth and find no place of rest or security, but must ever maintain the magical stresses that keep the astral forms in being. The great difference between Christian science and the cruder forms of New Thought and autosuggestion is that it starts all its workings in the divine light.